Good evening. Welcome to the Colorado Virtual College Fair this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Gwen. I'm going to be facilitating tonight's Virtual College Fair. Just want to go over a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. Just so you know, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time throughout the 45-minute session. And they will be more than happy to answer those questions throughout the entire evening. Our panelists are welcome to answer questions at any point. They don't have to answer them just during the particular 6 minutes that they are presenting. I do encourage attendees, if you have a question for a specific institution, to perhaps note that in your question so that they know it is directed to them. Otherwise, if you just have a general question and you want to get feedback and responses from all institutions, just ask a general question. Your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists will not be able to see or hear you. Just a reminder, this is one of many different sessions that are happening, so be sure to sign up for other sessions. And also, this presentation is being recorded, as are all the other sessions, so that you can go back at a later point and listen to any session that you would like. Those sessions will be available, or those recordings will be available in about a week at the same website where you registered for this particular session. So with that being said, I would like to go ahead and turn it over to our first presenter, Denison University.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Drew Riley. I'm the Director of Admission at Denison University. I want to tell you some of the most important things to know about Denison and a little bit about our admission process in our 6 minutes right now. So Denison University is a liberal arts and sciences college. We are in Granville, Ohio, and I'm going to talk in just a second a little bit more about our location and how important that is to us. Denison is a community of about 2,300 undergraduate students. Our students come from 50 states and 56 countries right now. About 17% of our students are international students. Denison is a fully residential campus, which means that students live on campus in Denison housing for all 4 years of their experience here. And that's very important to the Denison experience. We have 56 different academic areas students can choose to study in across the humanities, natural sciences, social sciences, and the fine arts. Denison is a Division III athletics institution. We have 25 men's and women's Division III sports. And Denison is also a phenomenal center for the arts. Our actually newest building on campus is the Michael D. Eisner Center for the Performing Arts, which houses our music, dance, and theater programs, along with phenomenal programs in studio arts, cinema, and creative writing as well. So those are some of the basic, most important things to know about Denison. I want to dig a little bit deeper and talk about some of those things that really set Denison apart. One of those things is our location. So I mentioned that we are located in Granville, Ohio. Granville is a quintessential New England style small college town located in the Welsh Hills in central Ohio. Denison is on a hill. It's our home on the hill right in the middle of Granville. And Granville is a home of about 5,000 to 6,000 people, small shops and eateries and a great farmer's market, and just really a phenomenal small college community in every possible way. What makes Granville really special, though, is our location just outside of Columbus, Ohio. So Columbus is a large metro area, about 2.5 million people. It's the state capital, the largest city in the state of Ohio. And Columbus is about 25 minutes away from Denison. And so what's really important for us is to have this location where our students have the experience of living in a residential community, living in a college town, getting to know their peers and being a member of that community in every possible way. But at the same time, our students have access to the resources of a large metro area in Columbus, Ohio. So that's where they go to concerts and sporting events and art galleries and other cultural events, to festivals, to great restaurants, things of that nature. So having all those opportunities from a social standpoint is really beneficial for our students. It's also beneficial from a professional standpoint. All the Fortune 500 companies and headquarters, financial institutions, again, the state capital of the 7th largest state in the country, located just 25 minutes away from us, gives our students really phenomenal opportunities to engage deeply and to start thinking about their careers and their postgraduate paths at a very, very early point on in the process for them. So that's really important for us, our location in that small college town, but also access to that major metro area as well. Denison, now I mentioned that we are a liberal arts and sciences college. Students can study, again, across the curriculum, 56 different academic areas to choose from. What Denison is known for on the curricular side is we have a very forward-thinking curriculum, and we have a student body and especially a faculty that is very focused on making sure that our curriculum is constantly adapted to the world that we live in. That's why over the last 5 or 6 years, we've developed brand new majors in areas such as data analytics, global commerce, narrative journalism, global health, and politics and public affairs. So those are just some of the new majors that we've developed, and they're really designed to, again, respond to what a student needs in the 21st century to be prepared for the real world. Now, all of this, of course, is couched in that traditional liberal arts setting, right? So it's always based on small class sizes, giving opportunities for students to develop relationships with their professors and with their peers inside and outside of the classroom. We have a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio at Denison. Our average class size is about 17 students. So again, forward thinking, but set in that liberal arts style that we know is so impactful and so important for our students. Again, postgraduate preparation is a major focus and just part of the culture at Denison as well. We actually just started a new, what we're calling our launch lab, which is actually in downtown Columbus. So Denison students have the opportunity to engage even closer with businesses and with organizations and individuals in the Columbus area to help prepare them for their careers. That's an extension of the Knowlton Center for Career Services, which is our career center on campus, home to 16 full-time staff, internship coordinators, career counselors, folks who really help students out with that career preparation piece every step of the way at Denison. And that's why we've had such phenomenal success. We actually have a 9-year program so that we are assisting students not only during their 4 years of college, but for their 5 years post-graduation as well, to help them navigate their careers in the best possible way. 5 years after graduation, 97% of our students are in the job of their choice, in the field of their choice. So the success has been phenomenal for our students because of that culture we've created there. Now to wrap up, I want to talk just a little bit about our admission process. We're a common application school, so students can use the common application to apply to Denison. We're selective. We have about a 28% accept rate last year. We require a high school transcript, letters of recommendation. We are test optional. We've been test optional, not always, but for the last 15 years or so. So that's nothing new for Denison. We have early decision option. Students can apply by November 15th for that binding early decision, and regular decision on January 15th. Most importantly, regarding financial aid, Denison meets full financial need for all admitted students. So basically, we're committing to you that if you are good enough to get into Denison, we're going to try to make it work for you financially through need-based aid and through merit scholarships as well. So thank you for your time.
Great, thank you so much, Denison University. Next up, we're going to hear from Kenyon College.
All right, great. Thanks so much. And I do have a few slides I'm going to share with everyone right now. So just bear with me here. All right, well, hi everyone, my name is Mackie Avis. I'm the Senior Assistant Director of Admissions at Kenyon College. We are in Gambier, Ohio. You know, a lot of what Drew just mentioned at Denison, it really applies to Kenyon. We are also outside of Columbus, Ohio. We're a little farther away. We're about, I would say, 45 minutes to an hour outside of Columbus. And like Denison too, we are a traditional liberal arts college. So I really want to sort of get to the essence of Kenyon tonight and sort of speak to what really separates Kenyon from other liberal arts institutions and sort of our peer and overlap schools. So really right off the bat that I think really separates Kenyon from other schools is our location. Just want to reiterate that. And this is where we are. We are on a rural hilltop campus. And really with that, we love our rural community. I like to say about Kenyon, we sort of have a saying here, is that you don't come to Gambier, Ohio for the nightlife scene or the restaurant scene. You come to Kenyon to be part of an engaged academic and intellectual community. And, you know, I think, you know, with that said, it's a true college town in that there are about 1,700 students in our student body. and there are about 1,500 students in the little town of Gambier that we call home. So yeah, true college town. I don't think you have that really in any other college setting where the townspeople outnumber, or excuse me, the townspeople are outnumbered by the college students. So other things I want to mention about Kenyon, sort of where we are physically in the world, is it's a special place on Kenyon's campus, sort of an unofficial community forum. It's called Middle Path. As you can see here, it's about 10 feet wide. And really the old saying goes, you know, a 10-minute walk on Middle Path easily becomes a 30-minute walk on Middle Path, just because you have conversations with those peers you want to catch up with. And you see those teachers that you're talking with, you know, whether it ranges from that psychology seminar or that history seminar. So this is sort of the main artery of campus that connects the north end of campus to the south end of campus. And, you know, I think that's also a unique aspect of Kenyon that I really have not seen on any other college campus. Other things about Kenyon and where we are in our campus that I think is really important to know is that we sort of have one of everything on campus. And with that, that really evokes that idea of community and a residential liberal arts experience. So right here, what we have is Pierce Hall, which is our dining hall on campus. And there's really one of everything, like I mentioned. There's one athletic center, there's one first-year quad, there's one science quad. So really, truly, you are, you know, working together, you're living together, you're eating together, and that's really at the essence of a residential liberal arts experience. 100% of our students live on campus, and housing is provided for all 4 years, which is great. So let's pivot away from sort of who we are and where we are, and talk more about academics. So what you have here is a typical Kenyon class, a typical liberal arts setup, where you have a professor at the head of the table and a lot of discussion. So as you can see here, I mentioned earlier that we have 1,700 students in our student body. So that's like small of the small. You know, some other liberal arts colleges are somewhere between 2,000 to 3,500. You know, we're smaller than that. And that definitely shows in the classroom where on average, you're looking at probably a 14 to 15 is the average class size. And our student to faculty ratio is 10 to 1. So as you can see here, you figured, you know, Kenyon and I think liberal arts colleges in general are not a place for students to sort of just passively take notes in the back of class. You really have to come to play academically and really be a good listener and really add to the discourse and discussions that are being had in these seminar classes. The other thing that I want to mention too about Kenyon that I think really separates us apart academically from others is our emphasis on writing. If you've done any research on Kenyon, you've probably come across the fact that we are known as a writer's college. English is traditionally our most popular major. Creative writing within English is very popular as well. We have the Kenyon Review on campus, which is a world famous lit mag that students can actually work for as students. And then in addition to that, I would just say that, you know, writing happens across all of the curriculum at Kenyon. So even if you're a psychology major or math major or physics major, you know, majors that are not really associated with writing traditionally, you're still going to have to write. So I think a lot of Kenyon students looking back at it would say coming out of high school, they thought they knew how to write and they thought they had it down, but that was immediately challenged by the professors. And I think a lot of Kenyon students sort of feel like once they enter the real world, they've got a grasp on writing. And we definitely feel at Kenyon that communicating and being articulate is a big part of your college experience. The other thing I want to mention too, real quick, about Kenyon is our academic flexibility. It's really not uncommon to hear students come to Kenyon thinking they're going to be a chemistry major and they leave a classics major. You don't have to declare a major until fall of your junior year, so you've got plenty of time to figure out and sort of dabble in a lot of different places before you declare your major. So, you know, just to wrap up here, here are a few things, here are a few contact points right here. So there's my email. Also engage with us on social media. Instagram and Twitter pages are great. They do a really good job pushing out daily and relevant content. Just moving forward, we are on the Common App and the Coalition app. And for this cycle, we are test optional. And just the last piece here, like Denison, we meet 100% in need. So we are very flexible on our end to meet you wherever you are financially to make this work for you. So that's all from me. Thanks so much, guys. And I look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you so much. Just a reminder to our attendees that if you do have questions, you can use the Q&A function at the bottom to ask any questions. Our panelists would be more than happy to answer those for you. Next up, we have Miami University.
All right, thank you so much, appreciate it, and thanks everybody for joining us. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I got some slides here. Just to kind of give you a quick overview, Miami University is based in Oxford, Ohio. It's about 40 minutes north of Cincinnati, Ohio. We're about an hour driving distance from two major airports. We're a mid-sized Division I school. So essentially we have about 20,000 students. The vast majority though are undergraduate. That's a kind of key component in terms of the size and the feel. So in terms of the size, we have everything a big school might have to offer you. Division I sports, over 120 plus majors, 600 different student organizations, 47 residence halls, 25 different places to eat on campus, but yet we still have a small liberal arts type of feel. The curriculum is liberal arts. There's a lot of customizable situations with your path, whichever academics you want to focus on, and you certainly have a lot of different options to get professional experience, and we have incredible amounts of interviews and internship connections. We're the #3 school in the country for study abroad when it comes to public institutions. So you have just tons of opportunities early and often, undergraduate research happening. So tons of opportunities across the board, but yet it's still going to be a place where you can meet new people every single day, but see those familiar faces as you walk across campus. I did want to cover some important admission information for you though. As far as application deadline goes, again, we are a Common App school, so that is where you're going to apply to us. We have 3 different application types. Kind of a key thing to remember is getting everything in by December 1. That is going to be the priority deadline for pretty much everything that we have to offer in terms of admission, scholarship, and any selective programs we have, which I'll talk about here in a second. When you talk about us being test optional, that is the case for this year, of course. We don't know what we're going to do going forward, but certainly we're putting students in a position like we always have to try and consider them based off of what the situation is, do whatever's in the best interest of the students, and we're certainly doing that with you seniors who've had a tough go of it with COVID and certainly had a lot of tests that have been canceled. So currently there are some programs and some situations where students still have to submit test scores. Nursing has to have test scores submitted as part of that program simply because of accreditation situations. And but if you aren't able to take the test before application deadlines are in, they still suggest you apply before. We can always add your test scores at a later date, and they can even consider you without those for the time being if you have tests scheduled for a later date. Homeschooled students who attend schools that do not offer grades, there aren't many of them out there, but they do exist. Those are going to be still necessary for test scores as well. This is our guaranteed merit scholarship grade. As you can see, we do not require test scores for this either. If you apply by December 1st, you put yourself in a position for hitting these marks. So what we're going to do is have you self-report your academic record. You will plug in your grades, you will plug in your classes, and we are going to weight it based off of a general weighting scale. 4.0 for college prep, up a half a point for honors, and up a full point for AP, IBHL, and some dual enrollment courses. So if your weighted GPA within that system hits these numbers, you go over to your corresponding range, you are guaranteed to receive the low amount of the range you're associated with. Moving up has to do with a lot of different factors: the competitiveness of the applicant pool, the rigor of your coursework. The more you take of those high level courses, the better of an opportunity you have of moving up. And then if you do submit test scores, it can help you. It would never hurt you. So if you do submit them, it could help you move up on these ranges. Our honors programs that we offer are a little different this year. If you've ever looked at us in the past, we do have an honors college now. It is a residential situation to where you have a faculty in residence. It is meant to be a breadth of educational experience over many different areas of study. So it's really a perfect fit for people who have a lot of different areas of interest. And there is a big emphasis on undergraduate research throughout those 4 years in our honors college. The Podesta Scholars Program is going to be 1 year of programming focused in one specific area. Then the other 3 years are a lot of independent study, a lot of independent faculty mentoring, and a lot of customized career counseling for you to follow your own path and truly design your kind of own educational experience. Presidential Fellows programmatically is anything you want out of the other two. What it's truly about is a premier scholarship opportunity. We select about 15 Presidential Fellows every single year, and they receive a full ride scholarship and an academic enrichment fund that they can dip into for experiential opportunities. 70 people typically compete for those 15 spots, and last year we had 3 people from the state of Colorado who were invited to campus to compete to be Presidential Fellows. Got to apply by December 1. The application for these honors programs is in the applicant status page. Once you submit your application, about 24 hours after you submit it, this is available to you, and you can apply for all of them with one essay. Our Bridges program is currently open. This is for any students who have an appreciation for or commitment to promoting a deeper understanding and appreciation of diversity on our campus. So it's for people who are in their senior year, the fall of their senior year. The application is open right now at Bridges, miamioh.edu/Bridges. It is a virtual program, so you can attend, get your app fee waived, and get an additional scholarship of $2,500 to $5,000 a year added on top of anything else you would earn from your grades. Everything is stackable. There are a lot of great visit opportunities. If you go to miamioh.edu/visit, you can see all those opportunities. We are offering in-person campus tours right now as well, and you can always contact me to get a little bit more information about that. That is all my contact information there, my email, my direct line. I want to thank everybody again for joining, and I'll be on the Q&A if you have any questions over the next 20 minutes or so. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you so much. Speaking of the Q&A, there is a question in the answered tab for our panelists about whether in-person visits are happening on your institutions or just virtual options. So just want to make sure that each of you are able to go in and answer that. Next up, we have Ohio Wesleyan University.
Awesome, thank you. I also have some screens, so give me just, or some slides, so give me just 1 second to share my screen. Okay, wonderful. I'm really excited to be here. I am representative from Ohio Wesleyan University, or as we're known, OWU. It's our favorite nickname on campus. I am the representative for Colorado, so if any of you have further questions after this presentation, don't hesitate to reach out. I am really happy to be a resource throughout your college process. With my short time today, I'm really hoping to give you an overview and a very quick introduction to OWU. So as you can see in the slide, we are about 1,500 students, so we are a pretty small liberal arts institution. But as you can also see, we bring students from all around the country and all around the world to our campus. I think there's a lot of benefits to being small. I know some other institutions have mentioned this, but one huge benefit is that our class size is only about 15 on average. So you're really gonna get that individual attention from professors. You're going to be able to build those great relationships with your professors, which only enriches your learning experience. You'll also notice that about 1/3 of our students identify as either US students of color or international students. And additionally, about 1/3 of our students double major. So as some other institutions have mentioned, one thing that's really great about a liberal arts school is that you can dive into multiple disciplines. And we encourage you to dive into multiple disciplines. At OWU, we make it really flexible and easy for our students to double major or to major and minor. So if you are debating a couple different things, or if you're not sure what you want to do yet, we are definitely a place that is going to let you explore. So we're located in Delaware, Ohio, which is a relatively small town. We're located about 30 minutes outside of Columbus, Ohio. And the great thing about Delaware is that it's an incredibly charming college town. So you walk 1 block off campus and there's a lot of great family-owned restaurants. There's some wonderful cafes. We also have the Strand Movie Theater, which is pictured there. It's the oldest running movie theater in the United States. They still show new releases, but they have the original interior from almost 100 years ago. Our students also can go and see a new movie, get popcorn, and get a drink with their Ohio Wesleyan ID for only $5, which is a bit of a steal. So Delaware is a really wonderful place. but we're also really close to Columbus, which I'll reiterate, what Denison and Kenyon mentioned. Columbus is a booming town. There's a ton of career opportunity there, a ton of places to go out and enjoy yourself on the weekend. But also, Columbus is larger than people think it is. We just bypassed Cleveland. We're now the largest city in Ohio. We're the 14th largest city in the United States. So there's a ton of opportunity in Columbus. So I do want to quickly introduce you all to the OWU connection, because I think this is what really makes us stand apart from other institutions. Now, the OWU connection includes a lot, but when I have to boil it down into a couple of sentences, the way that I describe it is this is your personalized path for out-of-classroom experiences. So your in-classroom experiences, we're going to make them great. You're going to get those relationships with professors, but equally important are those out-of-classroom experiences that include research, travel, and career opportunities. And starting, literally week 1, because it's a part of your freshman seminar, you're going to be going to the OWU Connection office. You're going to be building a relationship with staff so that they can help connect you to experiences that match your passions, or if you have no idea what you want to do, they help you find your passions. So just to give a couple of examples of what's possible, here we have Eva. As you can see, she's a student who had multiple academic interests, and she, wanted to explore the world. So she did 2 travel learning courses, which is a huge program that we have at Ohio Wesleyan. She also received a grant from the OWU Connection office. So she was able to do her own research. She was able to create her own project, create her own travel opportunity. She found an internship that she would not have found without the help of the OWU Connection staff. So she was able to have all of these amazing experiences, get a lot of them funded through that OWU Connection office and through that OWU Connection staff. Another example, right? Jordan, his path is very different. He was more research focused. And he was able to do a research project on campus, but he was also able to find some amazing opportunities at different institutions. Another one, I like to talk about Charles because he was a student athlete. And even though he's a student athlete and he's really busy, he was able to travel. He could go to Spain for a semester. And he also did an internship that he didn't expect that he would, end up at WebMD. It wasn't necessarily one that he had thought of, but he was able to find it with the help of the office, and he found his passion, and it led to a job after he graduated. So we do have over 70 different majors. Just to highlight our top 5, business and economics is our top department, followed by zoology and pre-veterinary science. Education is next, psychology, and then health and human kinetics, which includes pre-physical therapy, exercise science, nutrition, things like that. We are a residential campus, so most of our students are going to live on campus for all 4 years. Here are just a couple of samplings of where you can live. Here's our cost breakdown, but what I just want to end on is pointing out that we do offer merit scholarship to everyone who's accepted. If you get above a 3.6, you qualify for our Branch Rickey Scholarship. So I'm going to end there because I know, we only have limited time today. But again, if you have more questions, please let me know.
Thank you. Our final panelist tonight is from the U.S. Naval Academy.
Thank you very much. My name is Lieutenant Erin Fleister. I'm also going to be sharing my screen, so bear with me while I bring that up. All right, hopefully. Unlike the other colleges and universities within this forum, the United States Naval Academy is actually located in Annapolis, Maryland. We are the sailing capital of the world. We are the capital of Maryland. We're also located on the Chesapeake Bay and the Severn River, super close to Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, Maryland. We are the undergraduate degree program for both the United States Navy and the Marine Corps. Everything at the United States Naval Academy is provided to you. We hail from all 50 states, territories, and foreign countries. We also have sailors and Marines who have already been serving in the military, have the opportunity to receive their undergraduate degree program from the Naval Academy. We're a pretty small community, just like the rest of the colleges and universities in this forum tonight. And you can see the breakdown of male to female ratio for a total of about 4,500 midshipmen, which is our student body there. What do we offer? Like I said, we are the undergraduate degree program for the United States Navy and Marine Corps. All of our students will do 4 years at the Naval Academy, regardless of whether or not they are able to validate classes or they're coming from another college or university. And the reason being is because we are going to graduate leaders and into the Navy and the Marine Corps. Everyone takes a core curriculum at the Naval Academy. That's 3 semesters of chemistry, 2 semesters of calculus, 2 semesters of physics, cyber operations, English and history classes, and then they fit in their majors from there. The majority of our 25 majors that we offer on the yard are STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math. But we do also offer humanities and social sciences. In addition to our academic learning environment at the Naval Academy, we also have a multitude of internship opportunities. The majority of these internship opportunities do occur in Washington, D.C. at the government agencies that are super close by, but we also have other internship opportunities across the United States. All students receive a full scholarship while at the United States Naval Academy, paid for by our wonderful taxpayers. That includes tuition, room and board, medical and dental coverage, in addition to any additional learning materials that you may need. You could literally show up to the Naval Academy without anything, and we will provide you with the clothes that you're going to need every single day, laptops, calculators, books, additional learning materials that you're going to need for your 4 years at the Naval Academy. In addition to our full scholarship that we offer for all midshipmen, you are also going to receive a monthly stipend as a student at the Academy. You receive about $125 a month your freshman year, all the way up to about $625 a month your senior year. Other interesting aspects about the Naval Academy is, yes, you will be a student while you're there, but your summers are going to be filled with professional and leadership development. Because after your 4 short years by the Bay, you are going to graduate and commission as an ensign in the Navy or a second lieutenant in the United States Marine Corps. And you have a multitude of career options that are available to you, which includes surface warfare, aviation, special warfare, which is the Navy SEALs and the explosive ordnance disposal, as well as options in the medical and dental corps, intelligence, and oceanography. We do have an online application. You can see it's kind of a team effort when you're filling it out, because you will ask your teachers and your counselors to assist you in writing evaluations on your behalf. But we also ask for the normal stuff, just like on other applications, such as your transcript, your SAT or your ACT scores, extracurricular activities, and then all of your teacher evaluations. There is no application fee whatsoever to apply to the United States Naval Academy. This is all of our information. If you want to find more about the United States Naval Academy, we're one of 5 service academies within the United States. Please feel free to go to our website, usna.edu/admissions. Of course, like everyone else, we are also on social media. And the very top email address there is specifically for me. I am your admissions counselor for the United States Naval Academy, more specifically for Colorado. And now I'll turn it over to my colleague, NC1. Let me just stop sharing my screen.
Hi and welcome. I'm going to talk briefly. I'm with the ROTC Scholarship. So the Navy also offers a scholarship program for students. Instead of attending the Naval Academy, this allows you to go to your own school of choice out of 166 schools that we offer. It's another commissioning program to become a naval officer. And we have schools at some of the top colleges and universities across the country that you can use this scholarship at. So it is a full tuition scholarship. It covers all mandatory fees as well. It also comes with an annual book stipend, and you also receive a monthly living stipend. Once you graduate with your degree from that university, you'll commission as an ensign in the United States Navy, just like through the Naval Academy. We do have our requirements that you do have to meet to apply. Right now, we are still requiring an ACT or SAT. And those scores are listed here. So a math of 21, English 22, and for the SAT, 540 math, 550 English. To apply, you go online, do our online application. You'll get in contact with me and I'll help you through the application process. If you've got any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me. Have a wonderful night.
All right, thank you so much. So this concludes the session for tonight during this particular hour. I just want to thank each of our panelists for joining us this evening. I also like to thank all of our attendees as well. When you close out of this particular window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We hope you'll take just a minute to answer those questions for us, as they will help provide some valuable feedback. Also, just a reminder that this is one of many different sessions that we are offering, so I hope you will also sign up for some additional sessions. And one last reminder that this particular session is being recorded along with all the other sessions, and so you can find those recordings at the website where you registered. So with that being said, again, I just want to say thank you very much for joining us this evening, and I hope you have a good evening. Thank you.